Welcome to the new episode of the UIUX series. Today we'll learn in depth about colors. In the last video, I've explained you how to use colors in your design, how to import your colors in Figma and start playing with colors, right? Today we'll learn more in depth on how a color harmony works, how to choose colors based on how some harmony rules are there, and we'll share some insights and how those colors affects the human psychology to reflect or gather or absorb some messages you want to give through colors. We learned that everything in this video. Everybody has heard about RGB. RGB means red, green, and blue. These are the three primary colors we get to use, and we mix and match those shades of those colors to get different colors. If we take these three as a primary, we will break down into a wheel. Then we can get some secondary colors if we break it into 6, and after we break into 6 we get into 9, so we'll get into a tertiary wave, what you see on the screen right now. So this is a color wheel divided into triads, right? So what do you see? I'll share with you another website by Adobe which helps us to get some more insights into the color wheel and how to choose colors. So these are the harmony wheel. So while you mix and match some colors, you choose in harmony, and the way that works, there are different types of processes, or what do you say, different types of ways you can choose colors for. But before we begin all that, now we have to understand, we have to set a primary color in our mind. Once we select that primary color, we'll take that as a base and we'll search for different colors. What you see is 3 circles in this color wheel. So if we take this, right now we have clicked on triad. So if we choose, for example, green as a primary color, it divides the whole thing into 3 formats. I take this, I choose this, I will divide this and this. So this will break the color wheel into each ways, and it will give you the exact complementary colors which is on the triads. What it does, when we understand complementary colors are the exact opposite of that color. So once you choose that color will be oppositely tightly changed towards the red thing. I'll show you in this complementary colors. It directly reflects what you say. Mainly this is so contrasty. Then once you choose this color, everything will be very high contrast in that sense. If you choose red, it will give you some this. It is always very suggested to use some high contrast if you go for only complementary way of color choosing. Now we understand split complementary. So what it does, it chooses the center one from the opposite like this, but it doesn't uses that one. It goes into choosing the next shades, which what it does, it reduces the contrast of the main complementary colors. Now what you can do is double split. What is double split? You take this ones and you use the opposite ones of those. You can see it is divided into this one. Now you take this complementary colors, you take the opposite colors, so that what it happens, once you choose this 3 becomes an analogous color format. So this is what analogous color harmony means. If you take one, for example, if you're seen in nature, right, you see the green, you see the sunlight, you see the blue sky and something like that. So the green shade, what you see is harmonious to each other. So which creates an analogous way of looking at the colors. If you see, if I choose, it takes all the shades of those colors. We've covered monochromatic. Monochromatic is what? Monochromatic is something which gives you a complementary shades of each other. It goes from, for example, the thing which I'm showing on the screen is one of the monochromatic formats of how shades of single colors are made. Triad, I've already explained. Exact opposite. Complementary, double split, square. Square is basically what you have when you choose a primary color. It selects every corner of this one directly proportional to each other, and it is mainly used in very complementary colors of using, if you're seeing fun toys for kids, right? So it is very bright to that because it uses the exact opposite of that complementary colors. It chooses both the ends of the complementary colors. Now there is 2 things which I want to let you know, that there is something called tint and shades. Right? What is tint and shade? If you take the middle one as the primary color, and if you go a shade darker, those are the shades of the primary color. But if you take the shades and go to the lighter shades of it, you go to the tint of it. So that's how tint and that shades work together. Now you have understood the basic concepts of how the color harmony works within the color wheel. Set one primary color, use this. For example, if I want to take this as a primary color, the A, which is A, right? Now I can choose a way of designing this into taking shades. I can use the first three as my primary, secondary, and the tertiary colors of the main format of the file, and use the rest for some CTA buttons, which can be very opposite to each other. Depends upon what kind of use it. I generally use a split complementary or a double split complementary because it soothes out the contrast of the usage of colors. For example, how will you come over here? For example, I'll go to this. I have this as my primary color, right? For example, this, but I want to find that specific number for this. I'll just simply copy paste the hex code, come here on this website, go to the color wheel, just press the first one and press enter. Now you have that your primary color set. You'll get the definitive color harmony ones, what you are asking for in your project file. I'll suggest go to this, learn how it is, use different types of shades in your product, using your UI, and understand which works best for you. You can get some inspirations from other UI color themes, which will help you to choose. Right now, we will understand how a color affects a human psychological thing. So if you see over here, if I divide the color wheel exact half, the upper side of it is the warmer color side of it, and this is a cooler part of it. So you choose your color themes based on what kind of an impact it does and what type of impact you want to give to the users. Now, if I want to give you a format of this, then for example, you take this color, orange or red. Red when we use when it is very alarming situation, you want the person to notice very quickly. Yellow is very eye-catching. If you see yellow taxis, those are all yellow. So because it should catch attention once you view that. So if you want to make the user very attached to what, for example, hoardings and stuff, you put bright yellow, immediately your eyes goes to that rather than something duller or something like that. Blue is very stable. It is mainly used by medical scenes, which gives you a sense of trust, which gives you a sense of stability kind of a thing. So blue is used when that kind of a message you want to give through the users. Violet and purple are both muted colors that can be used to convey some very depth messages, and it gives a very warm and kind of a cozy feeling once you are using, for example, some of these colors with some primary color set on those shades. You can play around with these colors, and it also affects the what I can say is the perseverance of how the product is appearing to the people. If you want the people to have a comforting feeling while they're using, use some muted colors. If you want the user to get excited while you're using this, use some more bright colors. It appeals to more of generation gap of things. Also, once you are building an application, you should choose colors based on accessibility. What is accessibility? There are some colors which are color blind, and some people may not be able to perceive the greens. I have met one of the persons in the client space where I can see that he couldn't understand what is green to him, right? So we have to play around with some of the colors and understanding and choosing what best. We'll cover accessibility in a different format, but that is also one of the huge things you should keep in mind while you're choosing some primary colors. Enough for today. I think you had got an understanding how to choose your colors for the next project. Stay tuned for more videos upcoming in this channel. If you really like this content, please don't forget to give a like. It really helps. Don't forget to comment down below also, and feel like please share and subscribe.